This is a good exercise to improve at the chord CFG. Because I remember when I was learning guitar, like there was a lot of songs where they would change to F and G really fast. And then, like when I would go to shows, I would watch people playing because I was a little confused on like how people played some chords. So one thing I started noticing is people played F like this a lot. And sometimes they would play like F like that, and then to go to C they would do it like that. But I noticed like people when they're playing live would do this a lot. And then I started hearing songs like Bright Eyes was popular. And I heard a lot of like this kind of thing going on in his music, and then I started noticing people doing it more often after that. And you gotta do a quick switch to F. So anyways, I started to realize that this F is super useful. So a good exercise is to play C major, and then go to F, and then C, and then G, like really fast. So let me show how to do it. And this is just kind of like if you know CFG and you're trying to get faster at it, because these are real common chords that go together. Some people like know G like this, or like this, and it's just too slow. And if you know F like this, it's too slow, or like this. Like, this sounds good and people use it all the time, but if you gotta go. Imagine trying to do what I just did, like, or like this actually, sorry. That's just too slow. So real quick, C major is 3, 2, 0, 1, 0. That's 3, 2, 0, 1, 0. F is, so the way I'm doing it, you keep these outer two fingers down. This stays here, this stays here. Then you just lift your middle finger up. Go to 2 right there and drop your pinky down right above this finger. And then you go back to C. So first make sure you can do that. And notice my thumb's muting here. When I go to F, and it's muting up here, the top of this finger is just laying on that string. So first make sure you can do that. C, F, C. Go really slow. C, C, F, C. Once you got it, I'll put my hand closer because it's a little bit confusing. There's C. This finger moves up. This pinky goes down above that finger. C, F major. This thumb is always here because you don't want to hear that on C chord, and you definitely don't want to hear it on F. If you hit that, it sounds horrible. So this is a super fast way to change from C to F. Like you could just be like. Good to know how to do, and it's really comfortable. Like you could do this all day because your wrist gets to stay like so straight. Because when you switch to a bar chord, it tweaks your wrist each time you do that. And if you really need the bass, one last thing is you could throw your thumb on there, so you could be like. So I'm hitting my thumb, like I'm releasing it when I'm on C. Usually you don't really need that bass. So once you got that, then you gotta do a G chord right here. 3, 2, 0, 0, 3 with your pinky. Because a lot of people, like, a lot of times I get students who only know this type of G, and it's like painful to get them to learn how to do this way. And nothing's really wrong with this, except that look how much you have to switch your fingers if you're going. It's really impractical unless you're coming from D major. Usually there, a lot of times you have this. So this is just not a good habit, but look how easy it is from a C chord. So what you need to be able to do is this G, and your thumb can stay up here actually. A lot of times my thumb touches this finger, because I want my wrist really straight and comfortable. Like, just like it feels like you're holding on to like a bat, a baseball bat or something. So if you want, you can practice this, C to G. Once you got it, you do C. Here's the exercise. C, F, F, C, G. Just one strum of each. And you can challenge yourself to go fast because it forces you to keep your hands low, your fingers low. You can start to go slower, like you can stay on each chord longer. But the good thing about this exercise is learning to switch really fast. Ah, my pinky missed. C, F, C, G, C, F, C, G. That's called a 1-4-5 in the key of C major. The 1 chord, 4 chord, 1 chord, 5 chord. So the 1-4-5 chords are the most common in each key. Like I kind of consider them like the heartbeat of most songs. So, anyways, that's just a really useful exercise that I do with my students sometimes, to get them to get faster at F. And getting comfortable with this F chord is real cool, because then, I mean, it comes up a lot, but also later too. Last thing I would say is it's a useful shape to know this, like to be able to go. A lot of times you want this this exact shape. A lot of people know like the Hendrix chord way of doing it, like where you have the octave right here. This just has, instead of the octave in the bass, you have the fifth in the bass. So here would be the Hendrix way. Here's the way I just showed using that F. So it's a pretty useful shape. Alright, I hope that's helpful. Bye.